Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just How I am playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we did some post-Moogle stuff, and in this episode, off camera, I think even in the last episode when I was still recording, this event was running, but let's go and do the Halloween event now. I think I've done like a couple of other events on my own, but I guess I might as well do it while it's available now. Why, hello, strangers. A stranger, sorry. Why, just hello there. What the hell's wrong with me? You struck me as a good sort of adventurer. We're eager to help strangers at a moment's notice, and you couldn't have come at a better time. You are eager to help, aren't you? You have my thanks. Now tell me? Yeah, I help. I've not been awake that long, so excuse me. Now tell me, does a traveling circus troupe known as the Continental Circus ring a bell? Each year, when it comes to All Saints' Wake, when it comes time for All Saints' Wake, they set up shop here in town, conducting all manner of suspicious activity. Although they appear to be ordinary performance, each and every last member is a most vile and despicable void scent. Under the guise of events and festive merrymaking, they carry out acts both mischievous and malevolent. My god. But worry not, for I have a plan. This year we shall hold an event of our very own, thereby supplanting their modus operandi. A brilliant scheme, would you not agree? The main spectacles shall be a costume cartridge, but for those without suitable guises, my colleagues at the Alchemist Guild have devised a most ingenious solution. A special concoction that will temporarily transform any individual into a most ghastly visage. That is where you come in. You must transform yourself with our potion, and speak with the townspeople to spread word of the event. After giving them a good fright, you will need to dispel the enchantment, thus allaying possible concerns of ill effects from our wondrous brew. 1,000 thanks. I have prepared a selection of 4 elixirs for you to choose from, atop the benches beside me. Choose the one that suits your fancy, then go forth and spread word of our costume cartridge. When you've finished, let us rendezvous near the Leatherworkers Guild. Best of luck. So you can turn yourself in any of these 4 creatures. I'm gonna turn myself into one of these boys. And then we need to go and move to somebody and talk to people. The rewards that you get for this event are some glamour pieces. In my opinion, the pants is pretty freaking good, so... Whoa, back you fiend! Hey, now that wasn't very nice. I thought it was done for. A costume party hosted by the Adventures Guild. Well, with a potion like that, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. Who knew it could be so simple to take such a delightfully monstrous appearance? Your spread word. And another reason why I'm doing this now is because I need to be in Gridania anyway for my next post-Moogle quest. Normally, I don't really care too much about doing the events because it's... Well, the thing is, I do the events. It's more a thing of like, I don't really care too much to record the events, honestly, because they're not super impactful, I guess. I don't know quite yet. It's also kind of difficult for me to be like, oh, an event is happening, so now I need to go and record. It's weird. That's all I can say, really. Unsuspecting lad. Nothica's teats, what in the world? Monkey. Alright, lass, you've got some explaining to do. What the hell's going on? We can transform into creatures with a mere potion. Had I not seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed you. Suppose we can at least give it a try. Okay, my friends, I just noticed something. This is going to change a little bit, so be prepared. There we go. You may not have been able to hear any background noise, like any music at all. Or you may have been able to hear just the perfect amount of music. I don't know. Right. Time to wait over here. So very sorry to have kept you waiting. I've been gravely busy attending to my own preparations. Tell me, how did you fare? Were the townspeople at all interested in tending the cottage? My, it sounds like they were simply trembling with excitement. And to think no small few wished to transfigure themselves. Oh, what a joyous occasion. That they would give themselves so willingly. Why did I never think to simply take this human form before? You're creeping me out. I wasn't fishing for a compliment, but it seems you're giving them out freely. I really must thank you for being so gullible. I did not realize there was another clown in town. Papa Gruff, my darling, it looks like all your hard work has finally paid off. Indeed, my beloved, all proceeds apace. Once I've finished settling matters here, we shall enjoy a magnificent feast. Huh? Dear, oh dear, you appear to be confused. While the effects of the potion I gave you lasted for a short while, the potion we've brewed for the townsfolk is a touch more potent. With but a single sip, none shall return to their original form. We shall harvest the dread that overwhelms their feeble minds when they discover this truth, and use it to summon forth our brethren. Then we shall have our night of devilry at long last. The Gruffs will be the envy of all Voidsent and live as royalty. All is falling into place, just as I schemed. The creature is motioning at you hysterically. What could it be trying to say? Ah yes, the investigator from the Adventurers Guild. The fool drank our potion with all the concern of a newborn babe. How fitting he will remain just as helpless for the rest of his days. Even as we speak, the townsfolk are lining up to be transformed, blissfully unaware of the monstrous fate that awaits them. And we owe it all to you. Indeed, you've done jolly good work this day. Oh, my sweet, you've never looked more dashing. Seeing as you have matters here well at hand, I'll return home to our little honeycomb, and ready a feast for my hard-working husband. Well then, best be off to finish my preparations. 'Twill be a night to remember. You poor, poor thing. A lost child at wit's end. Perhaps I can be of assistance. Hashtag totally not sus. Why do you look at me with such mistrustful eyes, dear? Your dubiation is quite misplaced. Something off about you. Is this how you always treat newly met strangers? What if I told you I have a remedy that is to dispel this enchantment? Nani? Here, drink this. Given a situation, I do not blame you for being wary of gifts from a stranger, but I will gladly drink it myself should that ease your concern. It works! You have my thanks. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, though I wish we had met under better circumstances. As our fiendish friend explains amidst his gloating, I'm an investigator working for the Adventurers Guild. I knew that red-nosed charlatan would be up to no good, knew he would take advantage of the season's festivities, as he did once before. Yet, for all my vigilance, here I am, his very first victim. Oh, the shame of it all. 'Tis as a spear piercing my very soul. But thanks to you, I am free of that foul enchantment. I owe you my life, Miss... I fear you'd soon forget a name as unremarkable as my own. I am but a passing woman of science. I see. May I assume you are the selfsame individual who created the remedy? Hehehe, you may indeed. 'Tis a remedy which has required no small amount of fine-tuning. A frog tongue here, a rat's tail there, but I will spare you the details. Rest assured the townsfolk, too, shall be returned to their original forms with a sufficient dose. As fortune would have it, I made plenty for everyone in case such a tragedy were to befall the city. Now, if you would be so kind as to distribute the remedy to those in need, investigator. Understood. I know not your motives, but I'll not look a gift chocobo in the beak. This is the best hand we have to play, and I will accept full responsibility for the outcome, whatever it may be. While I tend to the townspeople, may I entrust you with capturing our crafty clown? Stores of the remedy are like to run dry should they claim too many victims. In that case, I will remain here to assist. Excellent. Once I've administered the remedy to the afflicted, I shall await you in Miketo's amphitheater. It will be no easy feat to apprehend Papa Gruff. I have no doubt he will be expecting you to come after him. That is why I propose you give him a taste of his own medicine with a disguise. Ideally, the guy should be of one dear to him, one whom he would let his guard around. Guard down. Or, let down his guard around. Jesus. What's more, I would suggest someone whose appearance you can recall clearly. He would never doubt his little Gruff. Oh my, his very own son. Well, an excellent idea. Can you say with certainty you can recall his appearance? If not, the transformation will undoubtedly fail. Oh, little Gruff is okay, little Ruffany of Mama Gruff. Okay, yeah. Ah, you but recently laid eyes on his mistress, did you? Excellent. Then he will never see you coming. When you're certain his guard is down, give him one of my special cookies. I've baked in an ingredient that will return him to his natural demonic form. Though I wish I could be of more help, I am little more than a simple doctor. An adventurer of your obvious talents is far better suited and accustomed to such risky undertakings. When you're ready, I shall provide you with a dose of my own transformative mixture. Right, it shan't be hard to locate Papa Gruff, knowing he prepares for the night of devilry. I suspect he will be waiting for more voidsent to gather. As such, he is more likely to hide in the vicinity of the riverbank, out of sight and out of mind. He will no doubt have returned to his guide as the Adventurers Guild investigator, so as not to arouse suspicion. Now recall an image of his beloved in your mind's eye, and I shall weave it into reality with the power of alchemy. Yes. Remember, once you found Papa Gruff, use whatever guile you can muster to trick him. Then offer him my special treat. You've been transferred into Mama Gruff. Boop. Now I get the female here trial run, I guess. Whatever. Oh, my sweet Snurbleberry, I thought you had returned home. Is all amiss? Yes. Ba-ba-bum. Don't tell me, is it because I didn't return your goodbye kiss? You know I'm easily flustered. Besides, my love, our plans will be in tatters should a passerby catch us sharing an intimate moment. I merely wanted to make sure you were safe and sound, dearest. There's word and you wished. And I know you're no good, mister. Sure. Let's go with this one. You're not quite sounding yourself, dear. Is something the matter? Oh boy. You came all this way because you were worried about me, Sniff. Oh, I'm not worthy of such a caring succubus. But fear not, your beloved has everything under control. Thanks to that wide-eyed adventurer, the idiot humans are drinking our concoction in droves. I must have worked an appetite with all that scheming. No, it's just what I need. But moments ago I was thinking what I wouldn't give for a snack. I know you were cunning, but if I didn't know better, I would say you're a mind reader as well. Nod. Hope you're hungry for ripe souls. Oh, there you go, teasing me again. Why, of course I'm hungry for delectable souls, and you know as well as I that we shall soon have more than our fill of them. Have a bite. Cookies, my favorite. Well then, don't mind if I do. Goodness, it smells delicious. Oh, how I love a treat from my sweet. What is this? Well, what is the meaning of this? Well, you conniving little. You may have put a damper on my plans, but all is not lost. Yes, if I start again now, all can be ready in time for supper. Hehehe, surely you jest. All Saints' Wake is meant All Saints' Wake is meant for all to partake in and enjoy. Jesus. You cannot be the great god of legend herself. You poor misguided soul. Gone are days when you might wreak havoc as you please. This truth I will drill into your head. Slowly and meticulously, until there is naught else you can think of. Have I frightened you, child? Forgive me, such was not my intention. I wish only for man and monster to enjoy the revelry of All Saints' Wake in equal measure, nothing more. For a mercy, his mischief was brought to a halt, thanks in no small part to your efforts. But if the day's festivities are to be cancelled, despite all we have done, the townspeople will still suffer for his transgressions. He has caused much grief, and I will punish him accordingly. So I ask that you place your faith in me, and allow the festivities to continue as planned. There will be no further disruptions. You have my word. Sure. You have my gratitude. Perhaps you should apprise the real Adventurers Guild investigator of the present situation. He said he would await you at Miketo's amphitheater, as I recall. Once you have done so, come and speak with me. There's something I would like to take you by way of recompense for the trouble this ill-mannered child has caused. Until then, hehehe. Right. Wait. How do I get out of here? Over here. Or this is one of the ways to get out of here. Ah, there you are. You'll be relieved to hear I finished administering the remedy to all the inflicted. But tell me, how did matters fare on your end? So the fiend has been reverted to his true impish form, I see. Well, eccentric though she may be, if the doctor claims she can keep him on a leash, I believe her. And with a surplus of curative potions, I see no reason why the costume courtage should not continue. I will, of course, remain vigilant for other disturbances. Your assistance has truly been invaluable, my friend. With this trouble now behind us, I trust you will take at least a moment's respite. Why not spend it donning the guise of monsters and mischievous creatures? There we go. Many faces. As we get this entire set. And if you look at this pants, I really like this pants. Casual yet refined. Now the thing that I don't really like too much is the coat though. Like I like the coat. I would love the coat if it wasn't for these things over here. And like the little patches like knitted in and all that stuff. That would make me really like it. And then, well, yeah, this mask is quite something indeed. It is still a Halloween thing, so. Right. And there's also another thing with the Wake Doctor. So, you remember my request? I am pleased. As I mentioned earlier, there is somewhere I would like to take you. Though I'm afraid it is a place not easily reached. When you're ready to depart, pray speak with the usher here, and he will escort you. Right. Ah, you must be the guest of honor. If it please you, I shall escort you immediately. I shall take my leave first and make the preparations necessary to receive you. Do not be alarmed by what you see, child. We shall not be far behind. Now, if you would follow me. Welcome to my humble abode. Surprised to see I have a home of my own, are you? Even the great Gord needs a place to rest her head. I have never invited a mortal to my home before. Consider this my show of thanks for ensuring All Saints' Wake could celebrate this year unimpeded. You may make yourself at home, and stay as long as you like. If you are concerned about Papa Gruff, do not be. He and I have come to an understanding. Some children must simply learn the hard way. So, we have unlocked this area, which, as far as I am aware, you can talk to the unsavory imp, and he is going to allow you to turn into, sure, let's go with this one. He can allow you to turn into certain characters from the story. You can turn yourself into, I think basically all the characters. Since I only have a Reborn, I don't have that many characters I can turn into. Anyway, now that we have done all of that optional shenanigans, let us go back to Gridania and continue what we were doing before. Now that we have some really nice pans for glamour stuffs, which is the most important. There's also these repeatable quests over here, which give you the magic prism pumpkin. You can use it and then you can like make a pumpkin appear on your head. Now then, what can I learn today? What else is Blue Mage 2 doing here? You know, one thing that I find a little bit annoying about like teleporting to the big East rites is that they like always like pop you at different points. So it's whenever you appear, you have to like look around and navigate again. Right, hello. Welcome to Carline Canopy, friend. You've made quite a name for yourself, haven't you? At times I'd swear that even the trees themselves whisper tales of your exploits. Have a look at this. A nondescript envelope addressed to Mother Mune of the Carline Canopy. A letter, let me see. Oh. Why, it would seem there'll be an even greater demand for eel pies in the coming days. And once again the oven calls. Not that you'll find me complaining. After all, some go their entire lives without knowing how it feels to have one of their creations beloved by Eorzeans the realm over. Which, come to think of it, reminds me of a story. How did it go again? Ah yes, many years ago when I was no taller than the counter before us, a Lalafellin artisan and his daughter came here to the Twoswood. Of the circumstances which brought them here I know little, for the father was a man of few words. What I do know is that they had left behind their home, travelling far and wide across the realm, before settling on Gridania as their new home. The elementals care little about borders drawn by men. All who treat the forest with compassion are welcome within. Sadly, people in those times were not quite so understanding. The poor man and daughter endured name-calling, spiteful pranks and worse. My grandfather took pity on them, offering them shelter in this building. In those days, it was little more than a glorified storage cabin, far from the bustling center of activity it is today. My grandfather minded the watermill, you see, as his father before him, a respected position, that afforded our family a certain status among our peers. Though not all approved of my grandfather befriending the outsiders, none dared give voice to their objections. With time, Gridanians came to understand that whensoever they hailed, the man and his young daughter were honest, peaceable folk, no different from any of us. With the blessing of their newfound countrymen, the love the two harbored for their new home deepened. When talk arose of erecting a new water wheel, the father, originally a shipwright by trade, was among the first to offer his services. My grandfather soon joined him. Though not without hardships along the way, the wheel eventually arose, standing even today as one of Gridania's greatest architectural achievements, and the keystone of our very livelihood. If you are not in too much of a hurry, I would like very much to show it to you. But before we depart, I would ask you a small errand. Would you be so kind as to pick 4 Carline blossoms about town and bring them to me? I would accompany you, but alas, the kitchen calls. Also, I'm gonna be right back. There we go. I forgot to turn off Discord, which resulted in you seeing a message. Oh my god. The sacrilege. Ah, yes, my favorite thing. Picking flowers. Running around in a town where you cannot mount up or increase your movement speed, except if you pop sprint. Well, I guess if you pop sprint. Oh, jeez, sorry. You can increase your movement speed by popping sprint or using peloton, or I think there's even an accessory that allows you to increase your running. No, right? It allows you to run longer. Allows your sprint to last longer. But that is a pretty rare thing to get and not particularly worth it. The thing is, it's either difficult to get for you or it's going to be ridiculously expensive to get. Those are some like Eureka items. Eureka is a thing for later on in the game. And a lot of the items in Eureka tend to be pretty dang expensive. Because people usually don't like to do Eureka. As far as I'm aware. Me kind of included to a certain degree. But it's also because I've been getting all of the relic weapons and yeah. All of these, like all of the different relic weapons have their own special flavor of absolute hell. But the Eureka ones are definitely they are definitely something else, I would say. They require a lot of effort. But oh well. Once I feel like once I'm up for it again, I'm gonna continue that. But until then, I will not. For I value my sanity to a certain degree. I've already spent way too much time in there. But whatever. Well, I'll explain everything that has to do with Eureka once we get to it, which will be a while, so yeah. Ah, welcome back. Were you able to procure the Caroline blossoms I asked you? Ah, how lovely. Though hardly a rare sight in Kudani, these flowers never fail to bring a smile to my face. The water wheel I would show you is best seen from the jadeite flood. Go on ahead. I shall be along after I see to my duties here. Let's go to the Central Shroud. I like how my hair's just freaking out. Right. Well, it's a little bit foggy, so it's a little bit difficult to see, but the watermill's over there somewhere. There we go, we can see it in the corner of my eye. Alan, I hope I've not kept you waiting over long. Come now, let us look upon the water wheel of my fate. Behold the pride of our nation, Figaga's gift. Is she not magnificent? This is such a joke. It's ridiculous. It's so funny. Countless times have I come here, yet each time I stand in awe at her sheer size and beauty. Knowing that it was born of a special bond between my grandfather and the Lalafellan builder, elevates it to a special place in my heart. Would that they had lived to see it complete. I spoke of hardships, yes? Not days after he finished drawing up his draft for the new mill, the poor Lalafell, hale and hearty for his age until then, suddenly took ill. What started as a cough soon grew dire, and within a fortnight he had passed. Without its chief builder, the ambitious project came grinding to a halt. At first there seemed no recourse but to abandon construction entirely. Then the daughter stepped forth, vowing that she would see her father's dream to fruition. Though none could deny her pedigree, the girl had never lifted a hammer in her entire life. Not letting this nor the doubting words of others deter her, she promptly enrolled in the Carpenters' Guild, vowing to follow in her father's footsteps. People laughed. Who was this shy little girl with yellow blossoms in her hair? But within a year's time, all could see that the girl was a prodigy with a hammer. In 5 years, she had mastered skills that would take an ordinary carpenter a lifetime. In 10, her father's dream had become a reality. The shy girl with flowers in her hair had blossomed into a strong, proud woman, and one of the greatest builders of our realm has ever known. Jesus, English. Such is the tale of Higaga. To think of the wonders she might still have wrought. Alas, not long after completing her gift to us, she succumbed to the same foul plague that took her father. Though she is with us no more, she remains an inspiration for the women of Gridania, myself first among them. It is here, in the view of the father and daughter's greatest accomplishment, that I buried their ashes and built a small monument to their memory. Once again, I thank you, Lyn. The flowers you picked surely brought a smile to Higaga's face today. Now, shall we return? Yes, to the place that I named in her memory. Who needs to walk or fly when you can teleport? I still have to walk all the way over to the guild though. This is something that I find a little bit annoying in basically all the towns. The fact that like the Adventurers Guild or the place where the inn is and all that jazz is like doesn't have an east right close to it, like really close to it. It's always a little bit annoying. Thank you for accepting me today. Accompanying me today. Jeez, I had hoped to share the tale of Higaga with you for quite some time now, having come here as you did from a faraway land. In transforming my grandfather's old storage cabin into the Coraline Canopy you see today, I sought to carry on the spirit he showed to his Lalafellan friends, a spirit of welcoming and acceptance for all who would seek shelter here, regardless of their origin. And it was in the same spirit that I came to devote my life to looking after those who would seek adventure. And what a fateful decision that turned out to be, yes? So it was that I came to stand behind this counter. So it was that I met you. And so it was that I received the joyous tidings that you brought to me today. For you see, the letter you delivered was an announcement from the Adventurers Guild. It would appear that I can look forward to a sizable group of new recruits in the days to come. And nothing could make me happier. I wanted to share this news with Higaga and with you. After all, it is in no small part thanks to your exploits that so many brave young men and women would step forth to bring succor to our realm. Truly, you are a gleaming example to all. May your stars shine forever bright upon us, Lyn. And there we go. Jamil Grattan. Right, so let us go back to Limser Laminzer. Oh, God, send help. Here we go, 3 more. How far you've come as a carrier in such a short time. I knew that my pedagogical... I've just never said that word before. In any case, skills bordered upon genius. But I dare say I've outdone myself this time, Koopa. I would reward myself with a well-deserved respite, and you with your most demanding assignment to date. I have in my paws a parcel from the Commentators Guild in Ulda to be delivered to Braya of the Conjurers Guild in Gridania, and I quote, with all speed. Urgent correspondences between the realm's most puissant practitioners of magic. It would only be the slightest of exaggerations to say that the fate of Eorzea may very well be riding on this delivery. 'Tis still great fame with you, Koopa. My hard-working assistant returns. Yes, so hard you have been working that I dare say you've earned yourself a vacation, Koopa. I'm not going to give you one, of course. I do have a reputation to maintain, but I will give you the next best thing, a letter addressed to Master Gigaruju at Costa del Sol. Soak up the rays of the sun, bask in the balmy ocean breeze, sneak a furtive glance at the lovely dancers. That last one can be a little secret, and you'll soon forget that you're working, Koopa. Stroking the haft. Ah, my trusted assistant is ever ready for action, Koopa. Very well, I have a package here, straight from Little Sol's addressed to, the long one. Mogul Intelligence has confirmed that this is a Sylphic epithet for one Hunberg Longhaft, a brass-blade captain of considerable repute who leads the defense at Highbridge. Hunberg is known to be one of the most charismatic leaders in the realm, never seen outside the company of one or more of his men. Rather, I should say women. His followers are uniformly female and fiercely loyal to their captain. I was in Highbridge a short while ago, but the captain was unfortunately off duty. It would appear he had business at the Weavers Guild and had taken 2 of his most loyal subordinates along with him to Ulda. Many happy deliveries, Kippa. Let's begin with stroking the haft. That's definitely a quest name. Time to stroke that haft. Jesus. How many times must I tell you? Garments such as these might be fit for an ordinary man, but Hunberg Longhaft is no ordinary man. Hells, what is keeping my package? A new package for Herman Longhaft, not that he was dissatisfied with his current one. My silk at last! Ah, now this is more like it. Feel for yourself, so soft and pliant, a fabric that truly breathes. This is of self-make, you see. A merchant I met in Highbridge sang his praises, and I simply had to experience it for myself. Your puzzled expression does not escape me. But Longhaft, you protest. You protest. Many a tale have I heard of your blade and the consummate skill with which you wield it. What use would a virile... Help me. Swordsmen such as yourself have with such a delicate, even feminine fabric. An astute question, which I answer with a question of my own. You strike me as one who knows your way around the battlefield, yes? Suppose you are the commander of a formidable unit, one akin to a great machine. Now, suppose the same unit was somehow constrained, forced to do battle in cramped quarters. Would your unit be able to realize its full potential in such unfavorable conditions? Verily not. Only when given room to breathe with the puissant unit swell... Wait, will the puissant unit swell and expand over the battlefield? And then, upon reaching the full extent of its power, thrust forth and penetrate your opponent's defenses. Do you grasp my meaning? Hold up a second. So this dude's name is Longhaft, huh? This thing is like stroking the haft. And then I'm gonna read this again and we'll see. Only when given room to breathe will the puissant unit swell and expand over the battlefield, and then upon reaching the full extent of its power, thrust forth and penetrate your opponent's defenses. Do you grasp my meaning? My friend. And so I would commission a garment to be made from the silk, and yet my unit is not merely my own. No, the skilled hands under my command see to it that my machine remains well oiled. 2 of these hands occupied me. I hate this. All the sex jokes. Jesus. 2 of these hands accompanied me here to Elda, but it would seem they have eluded my grasp, or I have eluded theirs. Har har. Much to be. I could last and find them for me. This is ridiculous. So these are kind of things that you learn when you read the dialogue, apparently. You notice that there's a quest which is basically about sex, basically. Anyway, hello, Sapphire Eyes. At first hearing I saw would look lovely on my captain, but so would that other one. Why does shopping have to be so goddamn difficult? Wah! You did well not to scare me like that. I'm a brass blade in service to Captain Hunberg, better known as Hunberg Longhaft. No doubt you've heard the tales. None can deny the captain cuts a dashing figure, but I would give him a gift to further bring out his beauty. What say you, adventure? Do any of these fine ornaments catch your eye? A sapphire ring. Why, I thought the same myself. Some find sapphires cold, but they do not understand that beneath this cool exterior sleeps a wellspring of passion as deep as the ocean, a passion tempered by maturity and reason. Not coincidentally, it is also the color of my eyes, which the captain has often admired during late nights manning the control room at Highbridge, as I stroked the lever and admired its workmanship. Ah! Anyway. There are those in the brass blades who do not understand the captain, those who say his exploits on the battlefield do not warrant the sizable reputation he has amassed. I know not which battlefield they speak of, but as someone who has witnessed his swordplay at first hand, I can assure you that in the reality the reality far exceeds even the tallest of tales. There's so many jokes in here! Or maybe I'm just looking for him at this point. Well, it's difficult not to look for him. Speaking of the captain, wherever did he run off to? Wherever did he run off to? I must deliver my gift before Elamoy does, lest she be the one invited to work the lever tonight. Oh my fucking god! Oh, no. No. Why? Hmm. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. Critically acclaimed MMORPG. So many potions and myriad powers and potencies. Surely one might serve to further harden the captain's resolve. Ah! Anyway, don't frighten me like that. I was just shopping for suitable presents for my captain. You have heard the tales of the Longhaft, I presume? Then you know that he is naturally endowed with both size and stamina. Still, I would see how alchemical innovation might enhance his already prodigious talent. Do any of these files intrigue you, adventure? A ruby red potion of stamina. Ah, that one stood out to me as well. Red is, after all, the color of passion, and few men are more passionate than my captain. It stands to reason that red is his favorite hue. I might humbly note that it is also the color of my eyes. He has often praised their beauty during our nights together in the control room at Highbridge, where he often summons me to lubricate the lever. He says my supple fingers are more suited to the task. Jesus. In the past, the captain shunned alchemy in all its form, claiming he had no need for unnatural enhancements. Recently, however, I remarked that his blade, already renowned across Eorzea, might reach legendary stature with the right help, and he seemed suitably aroused by the idea. Oh, but I simply must be getting back. Just imagining the captain alone with her is enough to send shivers up my tail. This is the best quest ever. I may be sighing and all that jazz, but it's so good. I love this kind of shit. Shouldn't heeded words. The mere suggestion that our captain partake in alchemical enhancements is an insult, not merely to him, but to the gods that endowed him with such natural talent. Ha! Says the one who would see him adorn his body with gaudy trinkets. Do you even understand the true measure of a man? Ungrateful wench, you're not worthy to polish the captain's blade. Captain, you always praise the way I calibrate your liver. You called me an engineer. Captain, you said that no machinist in the realm could keep your parts oiled as I do. Cease this senseless bickering, the both of you. You each have served me long and served me hard. I hate this. Surely you realize by now that there's more than enough men to go around. While I welcome your sentiments, I have no need for shiny baubles or motley brews. The gods have seen fit to endow me well. Endow me well. I would fight my battles on my own merits. Besides, there are more important matters at hand. Before you two came in, I had just been informed that my garments were ready. Prepare yourselves. What say you, Etaja? So dashing, so handsome, so forbidding. I feel the flames of passion welling from within. Do promise you will wear this the next time you summon me to the control room, yes? For you, my love, anything. But we have only just begun. What say you, Elamui? That broad chest bursting forth, those bulging biceps. My captain, this garment shows you for the god of virility that you are. My only regret is that I cannot quite see under the belt. All in good time, my love. Now do you see? There's more than enough man here for... No, Hungbird is no mere man, for within me rages a beast. A beast that will be contained no longer. Behold, did you know that this first snow creature is legendary for its stamina and the sheer size of its manhood? Now tell me, ladies, what would you like for Starlight this year? You, my captain, and nothing but you. Haha, that's what I thought you'd say. Now, if you've gotten over your silly little cat fight, I believe it's time we went on our way. For even as we speak, bandits and brigands would target innocent merchants who travel through Highbridge. Fear not, ladies, there will be time enough for pleasure when the battles have been won. Yes, sir. If you thought being the Longhaft was all about sweet pleasures and bliss, you'd best think again. Prone to bouts of sibling jealousy, those two, but they're good girls at heart, all the more admirable considering their origins. Stolen from their parents when they were just babes, and sold into a trade where no woman deserves to go. My unit found and freed them, but sadly the brass blades are not in the habit of taking in children. Granted their freedom, they made their living on the streets, where many turned to selling their bodies. They honed their smarts and their fighting skills. When they returned to me years later as women grown, strong and beautiful, I swore that I would have them. In my regiment, that is. But that they know how to properly sheath my blade is an extra benefit, albeit a most welcome one. And with that, I must return to my post. What the fuck? Anyway. This dude's just living the harem dream. Level up? Well, my friends, after that fucking bombshell, I guess, we're gonna end off over here. I hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy 14. I want to say 15 for some kind of reason. And next episode, we're gonna go and continue with more post-Moogle shenanigans. Goodbye.